We have a very short fall season here in the Valley of the Sun, so I'm just going to take you into my home and show you some of the things that I did in preparation for the fall season, just between some decorating and a little bit of sewing. I hope you enjoy it. As the heat of summer begins to wind down, we have a very small window of fall here in Arizona. And this is really the only time of year that I do some of these kinds of things, like brewing coffee for myself at home. I know that sounds so funny, and most people thrive on coffee. I'm really a Pepsi drinker, which I'm also trying to stop. But just getting up early in the morning, the house is in the low 60s and I refuse to turn the heater on yet. But opening the front windows, giving the plants this fresh sunlight, and taking a few minutes and just sitting and gathering my thoughts for the day, it just feels so nice. So this is one of my favorite things to do on an early fall morning, and I highly recommend it. Of things to do today, so let's get started. First, I brought in my box of fall decorations and I put away all of the Halloween decorations already. And because again we have such a short autumn season here in the valley, I like to give fall a few weeks of true decoration time, because it certainly, we go from 110 degrees down to like 75 degrees overnight, and then we only stay in the 70s for a brief amount of time. It starts getting very chilly, so I like to put out all of the fall colors and things throughout my house. And one of the things I decided to do this year was tackle sewing some new pillowcases. And this is something I learned how to sew when I was young, and I didn't sew for probably the last 20 years. And I recently got a new sewing machine, so I thought I am going to make myself some new pillowcases for fall. I just thought it'd be fun. I'm going to do it for Christmas too. But I had picked up some really pretty calicos and just cozy country looking prints that I thought would look really nice in my house. So I am going to tackle making pillowcases. And so I went ahead and threw the cases that I took off of my existing pillows into the washing machine to get those cleaned up, because I am just going to use them for a homemade pattern. I don't have a legit pattern for them, but I thought I can do this. I'm just not going to add in zippers. I hadn't quite tackled how I was going to do that yet. I figured I'd make some sort of a fold over flap like one of my bedroom pillows had. So that's what I decided I was going to do out here. So I'm just sort of, laying them flat, because these ones are clean now, so I need to fold them because they'll go back on in the new year. But I really needed to figure out my measurements and which fabrics were going to go on which pillows, which ones I was going to use again. If you're not a sewer, like I said, I'm not a sewer. My mom sewed everything when we were kids, and she's a great seamstress. I've never been very confident with it, but I thought, I really think I can do this. How hard can it be to sew 4 sides together and make a little flap? So I wrote down which pillows I wanted, which fabrics were going to go where, what the exact measurements were, and I decided I'm just going to tackle it. All in all, I think it maybe took me like 2 hours, which may seem like forever to somebody else, but once I got the hang of it, figured out my pinning, thankfully I had chosen fabrics for these that did not have really a right and wrong side per se. The patterns were pretty much the same on all of them, with the exception of these cute little mushroom pillows that I made. But overall, I didn't really have too difficult of a thing with them. And a couple of them, instead of putting zippers on the ends, I actually just used pins, and they turned out really cool. It kind of goes with my little homespun feel in my house, and I was just really proud of myself. So if you are looking for a really simple way to change out your decor for the seasons and you didn't find any pillowcase covers, yeah, maybe it would be less time consuming to go spend $10 or $15 for new covers. And yes, I've seen them on the TikTok shop, even on Temu they have them, and Amazon, but I had so much self-satisfaction out of sewing these pillowcases. So I thought it was fun. Plus, I really, really love shopping for fabric. That's just sort of a little obsession of mine. I also decided it would be fun to make some pillow sham covers for my bedroom pillows, so had to go with more of the colors that are in there, the darker, more country. This is a nice ticking pattern for this long pillow because I thought my husband would like these a little bit better, and I'm just so happy how they turned out. Now these ones I can use throughout the fall, even into Christmas. I can throw on there with my Christmas pillows if I decided, but look how cute they turned out. Those are my bedroom pillows, and I just thought it was really fun for fall. So then I started putting out all the rest of the decorations around the house. Like I said, I didn't do a ton, but I want some fall feel. And I made these cute little wreaths. I got these wreaths at the dollar store. No, I got those at the Goodwill. And then I just decided to go stock my kitchen. So I'm just putting away some things in the kitchen. And I like having quick stuff on hand because we do make the majority of our food here. Yes, occasionally we'll go out, but overall, I really, really try to feed us healthy, fresh food. Lots of vegetables. I've been trying to, lose weight and get healthy because I am in my 50s now, and the menopause belly is real. So I've got that I'm combating. Plus, I don't digest meat really well. I do still occasionally eat meat, but for the most part, I eat a predominantly plant-based and a very Asian-influenced lifestyle food. My husband watches his sugar content, and he watches anything that might raise his blood pressure as well. He's not on any medications because, as you know, if you don't know, I'm telling you, I am an herbalist. So a lot of my content on different social media platforms is about herbal medicine and just feeding our bodies with the healthiest things we can. Herbs are 100% assimilated by the body because they are technically a food, so you don't get the residual stuff like a lot of pharmaceutical medications. But anyway, off of that soapbox right now. The point of it is I try to keep the kitchen well stocked so I can make healthy meals for us and hopefully give us vibrant, healthy lives as we are getting older. Now, I was lucky and I acquired a bunch of apples, so I made some apple butter, and I also used the cores and peels to make some apple cider vinegar, which is exciting. Another thing I do frequently throughout the week is make sourdough, and so a lot of times if I'm not selling it or we don't need it and I've made 2 loaves, I'll usually just wrap it in foil and freeze it. This particular loaf I'm saving for, I knew in 2 days I was going to make some borscht, so I wanted a fresh loaf that I could just reheat up, and so that's why I'm putting this one in a Ziploc, because it's just going in my inside freezer, and then I can use it. As I mentioned, I was gifted a bunch of apples, so apple butter is one of the things I made, and so I canned these. I water bath canned them, and actually I think I've got a video coming out on here with how to do all of that, but basically I'm just cleaning off the jars right now. I'm saving these in a box, and they are going to go in some of my Christmas baskets as gifts. I'll make cute little tags for them, and I'll show you that later. So my next step is really just prepping for Thanksgiving this upcoming week and trying to slow down as this season shifts, because summer is over and now it's time to start relaxing and enjoying the fruits of our labor. So I hope you're all having a wonderful fall, and I wish you many blessings. Have a great day.